Aluminum, or aluminium for any of our British friends, was once seen as a miracle material. This lightweight, strong, and resistant metal was going to be the framework of the future. In celebration of that, at the 1931 World's Fair, architects A. Lawrence Coker and Albert Frey presented Aluminaire, a prefabricated all-metal house, truly a vision of the future to come. But as it turned out, to keep a house like Aluminaire alive, it wasn't the properties of aluminum that were going to matter. It was the tenacity and care of a community that would keep this vision of the future from becoming a footnote in history. For 4 decades, Michael Schwarting and Francis Campani had fought to preserve Aluminaire. As preservationists and professors of architecture at the New York Institute of Technology, they knew how important this work was. They helped save it from demolition in 1987, and in 2012 made the difficult but necessary decision to deconstruct the home and place it in storage. Cut to 2014, when Mark Davis invited Michael and Francis to speak on the history of the Aluminaire house during Modernism Week. Sitting in the audience during the lecture, Mark whispered to Tracy Conrad that the Aluminaire belonged in Palm Springs. After all, Albert Frey had spent the majority of his life and career in the desert, and bringing the Aluminaire to Palm Springs to illustrate the arc of his whole career seemed right and good. After the lecture, they met with William Kopelk, Beth Edwards Harris, and Brad Dunning. Plans were hatched and their foundation was born. Years of fundraising, education, and persistence came to fruition before the arrival of the Aluminaire in 2017. But it would still take many more years of obstacles to get the Aluminaire erected. While they were considering multiple sites across the city, the Palm Springs Art Museum expressed interest in harboring the Aluminaire house. This decision by the museum was logical, given that the museum's existing collection includes Frey House 2 and Albert Frey's architectural archive. Aluminaire would be another crown jewel in their collection. In 2020, the Aluminaire House Foundation officially gifted the house to the Palm Springs Art Museum. But due to the pandemic, the project was placed on hold until May 2022, when the Board of Trustees convened to figure out how best to celebrate the contribution. Board member and architect Leo Marmol stepped forward to lead the process of selecting a design team that would represent the museum in the reconstruction effort. Meanwhile, fellow board member and financial whiz, LJ Cella, developed a strategic plan to involve the key principal individuals and organizations that were at the forefront of the preservation of mid-century design. And with a successful initial outreach to secure pledges, the board voted to move the project forward. Establishing the house on its new site in the museum's south parking lot began by laying a new concrete foundation. Originally developed on the East Coast, the house's steel and aluminum structure required modifications to withstand the potential for earthquakes, as well as the intense desert sun. Among the substantial challenges in reconstructing the Aluminaire house was adapting its design to the harsh desert environment. Anyone who's ever gotten into their car on a hot desert day can imagine the problems an all-metal home might have in the desert. This adaptation involved updating the house's structural system, introducing new thermal insulation, and adding a waterproofing system as the original design was installed in an indoor exhibition hall. Heating and cooling equipment was also added as a continuous preservation effort for the building's original materials. The permanent exhibition of the Aluminaire House in Palm Springs celebrates the modernist movement and epitomizes how advanced processes and collaboration can create captivating architectural outcomes. Its journey from uncertainty to preservation in Palm Springs is a story of dedication, innovation, and the enduring relevance of modernist architecture. The Aluminaire House is a living museum, a tangible reminder of human resilience in pursuit of a better, more sustainable future. And while it honors the past, tonight is also a tribute to those who made its preservation possible. From Michael and Francis to Tracy, Beth, Mark, and William, as well as Leo, LJ, and Adam Lerner, and the hundreds of campaign contributors, many of whom are here with us this evening, the Aluminaire House stands today because of the dedication, time, energy, and effort of so many. Thanks to their commitment, it will continue to stand for generations to come. Please join us in their celebration.